Hello there. Welcome to the basement. This is the Saturday Night Chill. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, put a flame to the end of a smoke, and get ready. Because it's going to be a fun one tonight. Howdy. Shit. I don't need that crap anymore. Hello, hello, hello. What's happening? Welcome to the basement. Welcome to the Saturday Night Chill. I hope everyone's doing well. I had a pretty good day today. Went and saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We will be talking about that. Went to a game night with the family. It was pretty fun. Had a nice little nap. So it was cool. It was really cool. Let's see. Oop, not that way. More this way. There we go. I don't know if y'all noticed, but, you know, I got a different angle on things. You can see more of my fun stuff. It's because I have a new desk. It's pretty freaking cool, yo. I don't have to balance my camera on a frosting jar anymore. I'm not on a TV tray anymore. Like, everything's set up. It's like more like a, you know. It's almost like I'm professional. Let's be honest, we're nowhere close to that shit. But it's pretty nice to have like a workspace. So you're not going to see the couch behind me anymore, but as you can see by the rafters there, I am definitely still in a basement. But yeah, what's up, Justin? Hi, Missy. Thank you. I will try to have a good stream tonight. I love the new setup, bruh. It's fun. I actually feel like it just feels like a step up, and I like it. So I hope everyone had a good week, or at a minimum, at least a good Saturday today anyway. I hope, because like I said, I had a pretty good day. And I'm still saying that after seeing Quantumania, so that ought to tell you a little bit of something anyway. Of course, we will definitely talk about that. As you can see in the chat, there is a Discord link pinned at the top. That is mine. That is how we will achieve the, as promised last week, live yapping with me as opposed to just looking at me on a screen and typing shit at me. We will be speaking mic to mic, so to speak. I am so much more comfortable being at a desk, dude. Ow. Except when I do that. Next thing is a new chair, though, because this is just a regular chair. Obviously, I want something more office-y on wheels that spins, as opposed to having to do this. You know? That's next. But, like I've been saying for a while, it's one step at a time. At least I am now officially on stage 2. I completed my stage 1 setup. Now, this is the beginning of stage 2 right here, this desk. Brooke! What's going on, man? Oh, thank you. I love it, too. Don't need those. Don't need that either. All right, it's still a little bit of work in progress, but at least you can see all my little buddies now. Pardon. So, if you looked on the thumbnail, I see Quantumania with some friends tomorrow. Put a few spoilers here and there are fine. Okay, good, because when we get to talking about Quantumania, which will be the last thing we do, well, second to last, because you know I always leave everything open to you guys at the end, but yeah, in order to really talk about this, we're gonna have to get a little spoilery, Brooke. So I'll try to keep it to a minimum. I will keep it to an absolute minimum. But there's a couple things I want to talk about where I have no choice. So, but prior to that, we had Bad Batch episode 9 this week. That's probably where we'll start off. And then Kevin Feige had a big interview with Entertainment Weekly, where he actually talked about stuff and gave us actual information about what he's doing, which is pretty dope. So, yeah, exactly. That's pretty much how I felt. It was basically, I mean, I suppose in terms of pushing the story forward, you could kind of call it filler for the most part. I don't want to call it completely filler because this was the first episode after Echo left, and you know it'd be a little weird if they just went on like nothing happened. So that's the only thing that makes it hey Ash, that's my daughter-in-law Ashley, or not my daughter-in-law, stepdaughter. Duh. Hi baby girl. How's the bubby? How are you? You guys get home all right, obviously. So, but Brooke says there was some decent character development of Omega, but I do feel like people might be getting tired of the way Omega conducts herself. Yeah, like honestly, I feel like there's been enough time for the whine quotient to be down now. Like it could be shrunk, the whininess. I mean, we went through all that crap in the first season, and then there was the few months break, timeline wise between season 1 and season 2. And then, all the stuff you've been through on that. I mean, she has shown some growth, but the whininess factor is still a little over the top, I must say. But I mean, it was a cool episode, though. I liked how they made Tech seem just a little less machine-like. That was pretty cool. And I thought they wrote him a good explanation of how and why he conducts himself the way he does. It's like, I think differently, I process differently, but I still feel like everyone else feels on the inside. I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, it's always fun watching people, whether animated or in live action, dealing with highly explosive things. Because I like fire, fire, yeah, fire. Sorry, love, had to. I'm a bit like Wrecker like that. Rika. I'm a bit like Rika. I like to blow things up. Or I like to watch things get blown up. That's my Wrecker impression. And of course, there's Crosshair. Which, damn it, next episode better have some fucking Crosshair. You hear me? Dave. We've gotten one. Episode 3, that's it. Just one. And as I recall, the reviews that I went over in the video I made about it, which, you can obviously go back and watch. Yeah, there was a lot of the reviews that specifically mentioned Crosshair getting a lot of story, which as of right now I can only assume is going to happen in the back half, and like literally this week's episode was the first episode of the back half. So give me my bloody Crosshair. I want my Crosshair. I want to know if he's going to stay a dick or redeem himself. And if he redeems himself, whether or not he'll live. Oh, if you haven't watched it, yeah, that's another one that is not, unless you're into like stop it. Thank you. Yeah, unless you're really into hold on a second. All right. Do. All right. What? Okay, sorry. There's a weird noise going on. I didn't know if you guys could hear it, but it was annoying the ever-loving crap out of me. So, my apologies for that few seconds of weirdness or a minute or whatever it was. Yeah, Justin. As I was saying, unless you're like massively into character development, yeah, you can skip that one. Because all it really did was explore the team's reaction to Echo leaving. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not saying it was a bad episode. It was a decent episode. You know, it just wasn't like, at least for me, earth-shatteringly important. I mean, it makes sense that they made that episode because, like I said a couple minutes ago, if Echo leaves and they don't deal with it at all, that would be freaking weird as well. So they kind of had to do this episode, but at the same time, they could have included I feel like they could have included their dealing with Echo's departure at the same time as, you know, really moving the story along, as opposed to just doing that inside of a one-time mission. Although, you know what? Actually, you might want to watch this one just because of how Sid behaves. And it might get your brain thinking on what that could lead to. So, yeah, you should. Damn. Okay, well, it depends on how important setup is to you too, because it doesn't like blatantly set anything up, but there's actions have implications without it having outright consequence yet. Yeah, them's facts. Them's facts. And if you watch the episode, is yeah, also facts too, Brooke. You guys are both dead on. Bear with me, I'm trying to do something here. You didn't open it in the web browser for me. I thought you were gonna. All right, well, the hell with it. I'll figure that out another day. Okay. Actually. Oops. So I might backstab the Bad Batch later on. Yeah. That is kind of what I'm afraid is going to happen. By the way, up top there is the link to my Discord. And if you want to talk directly to me this evening, as I said last week, I would try and arrange. I have found a way to arrange it. But the only way to do it is to become a member of my Discord server. Honestly, that's just the easiest way to do it. I know it appears self-serving, and I suppose it is that as well. But yeah, you gotta click on the link, get yourself into the Discord, and then when it's time, I will go into the Discord, do what I need to do, and then we will get to yapping. So, go ahead and click that link. Get on into the Discord. I don't think I have any restrictions set on joining the server, so yeah, I pinned it at the top of the chat, so go ahead and click on that. Yeah, there's Discord in the basement too. We got all kinds of ways to get into the basement, but the basement is fun. So, I wasn't anticipating talking about the Bad Batch too long, honestly. Suffice to say, they took the time to deal with Echo leaving, and Sid's a piece of shit. That's pretty much the episode. Yeah, babe, you're right. Well, that's, no, actually, no, the tapestry isn't to cover that. Tapestry is to... But the way I set this up, I don't really need one. Actually, I might have to move that dresser back so I can set up a green screen or some shit, and then that'll take care of the light. And it'd be cool to have a background. A slightly prettier background. But still basement looking. Just a finished basement. That's a good one though, babe. Except for the fact that me having a perpetual bright idea is a big fat lie. So it's false advertising. There. Oops. See if I can position myself to block it so y'all aren't half blinded by that shit. Yeah, haha, 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 haha. Screw you, Ponytail. How you doing, Scotty? I'm glad to see you, bruh. It's been a minute. How you been? How's things? Are you full of snow? Because I heard there's some storms flying around this weekend. Yeah, that's true. I do need warmer color lights. Really, I need one for this lamp that I got right here. I wonder if this will balance it out. No, that just makes me look even more like a corpse. Okay, we won't do that. So, yeah, unless any, hey Scott, do you have anything you would like to say about this week's Bad Batch episode? I pretty much said my piece on it. But if you got a reaction you'd like to share, I'm all, well, I guess all eyes. I'll see it in the chat there. Oh, and in case you weren't around for the announcement, if you look at the top of the chat, my pardon to all of you that already know this. You look at the top of the chat though, that is the link to my Discord server. If you go ahead and click on that link and join my Discord server, I will be able to arrange it to where we can speak directly, which is what I promised to try and arrange for this weekend. Because I thought, yeah, I'm stealing a lot of shit from Josh. I don't give a shit. I like the way he does his stuff. He does his stuff in a manner that I appreciate. So yeah, I'm going to rip him off a bit. It's not plagiarism. It's an homage. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bentley, what's up? Thank you. Yeah. How you doing tonight? Right, yeah, I'm not going to get as spoilery as Josh got yesterday. But when we do talk about Quantumania, I'm going to have to get a little spoilery. I'm doing pretty all right. Doing pretty all right. I'm glad you're doing good too, Bentley. It's nice to see you. Again, since you just got here, at the top of the chat, I have pinned the link to my Discord. If you want to go ahead and hop in the server later on, as I offered to last week, I got it set up to where we can actually speak directly. So if you're interested in speaking with me directly later on towards the end of the stream, then go ahead and hop in the Discord, and when the time comes, I will set it up to where you can do that. I think it'll be fun to rip off Josh some more. I mean, do an homage to Josh some more. So how about it, Scotty? Anything on the Bad Batch? Because otherwise, I'm going to move on to Mr. Feige and everything he had to say in his interview with Entertainment Weekly, which, oddly enough, was a lot. Nothing? Yeah, that's true. How do you feel about her character development not including a reduction in the whininess factor? Where are you at on that? Yes, that is true. She's going to be deleting some of the soldier out of them and injecting more family into them. That is facts. Whininess factor. She's very whiny still. Like Luke in A New Hope. I'm still here. Yes, she's still, well, she's progressing in her physical capabilities and to a certain extent, her emotions. And I understand she's still only about, like, what, 9 or 10 or 11 at the most, but, you know. At some point, if you're going to be hanging with mercenaries and, like, badass soldiers, you're going to have to toughen up just a wee bit. I definitely would not deny anyone their emotions. You know, missing Echo is valid. Wanting to help people is very valid. It's just the delivery. That is a valid point, Brooke. There is no telling how many seasons it will be. Unless we get news that before the end of this season that they have already greenlit season 3, which I haven't heard anybody talk about anything like that anywhere. I think we'll probably, although if they're going to do that, they'll probably wait till closer to the end of the season anyway. Maybe even announce it right before the season finale or like the next day after it, one of the two. But I think I feel like we'll be able to start speculating on a season 3 once we see how these next few episodes go, because we still have 5, episodes 10 through 16. And I think probably around episode 12 or 13, we're going to be able to do some good speculation about A, how the season will end, and B, whether there will be a season 3. You know, I just randomly picked this this album off the album list, and I'm fucking digging it. How about you guys? These are some pretty decent beats. I like the dubstep element. I loved dubstep when it was the thing. Especially when Korn dropped that album when they worked with a bunch of dubstep dudes, Skrillex, and some other people. Toasters. Oh, the beats, yeah. I like some. It's just a lucky random pick. You alright over there, Bentley? Is the music toasters, or are you right now? Okay, buddy. I don't know what you're doing, but if you keep spamming, I'm going to sit you to the side for 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I too appreciate a good toaster. I enjoy a perfectly toasted, you know, bread-like product. Oh, ha 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 ha. Oh, why do you think I keep going to my back soon screen? Brit. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate perfectly toasted baked goods. So I can understand an appreciation of a fine toaster. Especially one that toasts bagels well. I love a toasted bagel. Everything bagel. See, this is what I like about this stream. We don't really have to talk, like, obviously I'm going to talk about, you know, stuff, but I love the digressions that we can have because, again, this is the Saturday night chill in the basement. Digression is the name of the game in those circumstances. So yeah, we're going to talk about toasters and bagels for a second. And then we'll get to Kevin Feige shortly. Toasted toasters, huh? Oh boy. It's gonna be one of those kind of nights, huh? I don't mind that a bit. That was weird. So, Feige had himself an exclusive interview with Entertainment Weekly earlier this week. And he actually, I should say, answered some questions in detail. Can you believe that shit? So we're going to dive into that article. Some. There's a lot of it, a little bit of jelly. Yeah. Ooh, I haven't had butter and jelly on a bagel in a long fucking time now that you mentioned that, Bentley. Thank you for that. But yeah, Feige actually got into detail, and we're going to look at that article here in a whoop-de-bit. Brian! It's about damn time, motherfucker. How you doing, bro? How's your Saturday? You have a good Saturday, man? This is one of my coworkers, guys. He's a cool dude. Actually, you should check his channel out. He's very into nice. We call that stuff blinkers around here, courtesy of Josh from the Den of Nerds, and I love that as a metaphor. See, I will always acknowledge when I rip Josh off. I mean, do an homage to Josh. Nice. Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was needed. But yeah, Brian there, Classics Never Heard, has got a bunch of like rare tracks that are from pretty much all eras, right? So y'all should check that out. It's pretty fucking dope, honestly. Like, if you're a big music head, you definitely should check that out. Ah, he's back. The face is back. Put it back on the back soon screen. I know. Funk. Hell yeah. '70s and '80s obscure 45s. Okay, yeah. Justin, I think you're good. He rips a lot off of Dr. Disrespect. Oh, yeah, probably. Okay. See you in a little bit, Bentley. That reminds me, I need to go check out Dr. Disrespect. I mean, I'm sure he's got like millions upon millions of subscribers, but there's probably also a reason for that, so. All right. To business then, which is a little bit of the reason why we're here. Oh, you have actually watched him? I mean, I have no doubt he's really good, but that's cool. I have to go check him out like I really do. I mean, his name is Dr. Disrespect. How can he suck, honestly? So, all right, to business, as they say, which is, you know, part of the reason why we're all here. Because I know it ain't just for this. So, oh, damn it, I forgot to change the fucking window. My apologies. Hold on. I gotta do this anyway. Boop. All right. Stop it. So, Kevin Feige done sat down with the Entertainment Weekly earlier this week, like I said, and let's get into this fun stuff, shall we? Entertainment Weekly begins with this question. Let's start with Ant-Man. Why was Quantumania the right film to kick off Phase 5 and introduce Kang the Conqueror? Yeah, I'm going to be interested in this one. And we'll talk about why later when I talk about the movie. The movie. Feige says, we wanted to kick off Phase 5 with a team of heroes that you already know. We knew that if we were going to do another Ant-Man film, it was always the idea to spend the majority of time in the quantum realm. This place you've heard about in various movies and seen glimpses of. We wanted to actually explore it. When we were making earlier films, we saw the visuals of the quantum realm like, see that back there? That's a city. See that over there? That's a whole civilization. We were hoping that one day we could explore more of it. For years, we've always had the inkling that Kang would be an amazing follow-up to Thanos. He's got that equal stature in the comics, but he's a completely different villain. Mainly, that's because he's multiple villains. He's so unique from Thanos, which we really liked. And in the early days of Quantumania, i.e. the test audiences, Jonathan started to pop in a big way. He's the highest testing villain we've ever had in any of our friends and family screenings. That's really saying something with a movie like this. Even early on without the effects, Jonathan is his own effect. He was working from the start. It's always one of the fun rolls of the dice that we do at Marvel, which is to say, hey, we're going to make multiple movies around this character, and we're going to start before the audience has even had a chance to meet him. We really go all in on these ideas and this casting. It was a big relief when the season ender of Loki Season 1 happened. People really seem to be on board for Kang. People are chanting Kang when Jonathan goes on talk shows, and they haven't even seen him in the movie yet. Then they talk about why they cast him, because he's dope. That's really all we need to know. Alright, let's go with this question. I know that you're calling phases 4, 5, and 6 the multiverse saga, all leading up to 2025's Avengers the Kang Dynasty and 2026's Secret Wars. For now, those are the years. The Marvels just got pushed back to November, by the way, so I feel like more things are going to be slowing down and being pushed back. So anyway, how are you thinking about Phase 5 specifically? Is there a through line or general theme? Mr. Feige responds, it's really a classification system for the audience that's following along. It's to keep track of how the pieces fit in place. I didn't really talk a lot about the overarching themes or direction of Phase 4 until afterward, in large part because we are always adapting and weaving as creative demands and new ideas come up. Honestly, and this is the truth, Kevin, and we all know this, it was because it didn't have an overarching theme or direction, which is a lot of what pissed us all off about it. Anyway, but I would say in very generalized terms, as you see in Quantumania, it's about setting up the big overarching thread that will go through the next phases. Not every film in the Infinity Saga focused on the Infinity Stones or Thanos, and it'll be the same across 5 and 6. But we're gearing up. People will get a taste of this in a big way in Quantumania as we lead to Secret Wars, which I'm extremely excited for. You know, I'm coming up on 23 years at Marvel. That's a long time. It's not quite half my life, but it's almost half my life. Many of us have been together for a decade or more, and we only do it because we are so excited and in love with the potential for what we can do ahead. The storylines that weave together through phases 5 and 6 into Secret Wars, and the opportunities that the multiverse brings storytelling-wise, it's a whole new aspect to the MCU. Alright. Entertainment Weekly then asks this. Phase 4 was a transitional era. Several of your original cast members left after Endgame, and you introduced a whole new group of heroes. You also started to embrace television, launching multiple shows on Disney+. What were some of the learnings or takeaways from some of those projects? This is what we want to know, and hopefully he doesn't get too executive-y with this answer. I hope we learned something on every project. I was very pleased with everything that we did. Lie. Kamala Khan, for instance, is a great new character in the Pantheon. She's cool. I'm very proud of the Ms. Marvel show. Lie. I also know, and this is a spoiler, she essentially steals the Marvels, which is coming out July 28th, except this article was written before it got moved back to November. It makes me excited that people will, I hope, see that movie and then go back and revisit those shows on Disney+. The fun thing about streaming is they are there forever, and people can keep re-exploring them. Moon Knight, same thing. I think there's a future for that character as we move forward. SNL did a skit this week. Did you see it? The one about how many shows there are right now. Well, that in itself right there tells you that you got too much shit out there. Entertainment Weekly says, yes. I do think one of the powerful aspects of being at Marvel Studios is having these films and shows hit the zeitgeist. It's harder to hit the zeitgeist when there's so much product out there and so much content, as they say, which is a word that I hate. But we want Marvel Studios and the MCU projects to really stand out and stand above. So people will see that as we get further into Phase 5 and 6. I freaking hope so. The pace at which we're putting out the Disney Plus shows will change so they can each get a chance to shine. So when you say the pace will change, do you mean spacing them out or putting out fewer shows a year? Both, I think. Good move. You talked about how you've been at Marvel for 23 years. It's been about 15 years since Iron Man, and Quantumania is movie number 31. Stupid-ass Baskin-Robbins joke. Alright, but here's the question that matters. But I'm curious, as you continue to grow, does it ever start to get unwieldy? How do you balance telling stories for the hardcore nerds who have seen the past 30 movies while also trying to find new audiences? This should be interesting. We've tried to make that our methodology since the start. If there's a Marvel Studios method, like there was a Marvel method in publishing, it's trying to do both. I've talked about this for years. If you want to dip in and out and just go to the movies on a Friday night or watch a streaming series, you can do that. And if you want to follow along, there's certainly much more to be discovered. But we don't ever want it to seem exclusive or that you need to have done your homework before watching something. Now, I've also realized that a lot of people like to do the homework. A lot of people find fun in the homework and the continuity and the connectivity, but it is a balance of always trying to do both. She-Hulk, for example, was an experiment. Let's just do a legal comedy. What if Ally McBeal was a superhero? How do we do a legal sitcom with an incredibly expensive CG character in the middle of every episode? And I couldn't be happier with the tone that Jessica Gao has set for that. It's a very different tone than many of the other projects have, and that was totally intentional. I think when we were doing about 8 projects a year, and again, I said this is going to shift a little bit, they all have to be different. They all have to stand apart and stand alone and be different from one another. It's like when people go to the comic shops. There's Spider-Man and the Avengers and the big title ones. And sometimes you pick up a one-off or an experiment from an artist or writer that you're a fan of. That's why the comics have been around for 80 plus years, and I want Marvel Studios to be around that long, if not longer. So we have to continue to do different types of things. Does everything have to appeal to everybody? It would be nice. But I think that's impossible. And if you try to do that, you're going to find yourself in such a small funnel and pipeline that things will get similar and boring and atrophy very, very quickly. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's... Obviously, Marvel's done a good job of appealing to normies, and I'm kind of like a half-breed normie and nerd. I don't know, like, I'm not super educated on, like, older Marvel stuff and lore and all that stuff, but, you know, I'm learning. I'm watching a lot of Rob on Comics Explained. See, I'm doing my homework. I'm doing my homework. But, I mean, I understand him wanting to reach the normie part of me, because that's where the money be at, is get the normies in. But talking about She-Hulk. Now, for the record, I did not hate She-Hulk as much as most people did. I mean, obviously I wasn't like, woo, She-Hulk! But if you think about it, the very first spoken line from Bruce Banner's Hulk was, for the sake of comedy, absolutely. And I knew right at that point that that show was not going to be serious. Probably wouldn't have too much to do with the overarching anything. And so I just sat there and took it for what it was. I do understand why there was high levels of dislike for it. There's plenty of stuff to trigger a bunch of different people in that show. I was not one of them. Of course, like I said, I took my hint from the previews and was set for, or kind of set for what it was. So, okay. Take care of that. Where was I? Oh, yes, She-Hulk. Like I said, I didn't hate it as much as most. I can understand the hate, but I would definitely agree it was an experiment. Calling it a legal comedy is probably an overstatement, both in the legal and the comedy. Saying he couldn't be happier with the tone that Jessica Gao set is a bald-faced fucking lie. There's no question about that. That was corporate speak right there. That was the corporate answer. It's a very different tone. Yeah, that was totally. I believe I believe the different tone was totally intentional. I do believe that, and I do agree with them that nothing is going to appeal to absolutely everybody. And really, after Phase 3's awesomeness, not trying to find that balance in Phase 4, which is basically what happened, other than the pandy. They did not try and find the balance for nerdiness in normies. And really, it probably swung too normie, honestly. That was, I think, the biggest problem with Phase 4, is it swung too normie. And they need to get back to us. Because without the base, they're toast. It doesn't matter how many normies they add. Normies have the attention span of gnats. Hell, a lot of us do. It's just kind of a sign of the times, but... yeah, I don't really see... Same thing with Star Wars. Or really any nerdy IP will not survive without the nerds. Pretty much, so... And there was not enough for us in Phase 4 by any stretch. All right. That's enough analysis of that answer, at least for now. You talked about embracing television and how that was new territory for you. What were some of the biggest adjustments that came out of that? I guess the learnings have been that you were rewarded creatively and by the audience by going to unexpected places. We always knew that to a certain extent, but it's fun to see. We want to do shows that can only be shows. I want to continue to make them even more episodic, which may seem counterintuitive. But I do think there's something fun about leaning back and watching an episode that can be relatively self-contained. Lost was an incredibly influential show because it was this serialized story, which was not seen in television much. Now it's been how long? 20 years? Since then, almost everything has become like that. So now, and I think you're seeing this not just with our shows, but with many other shows, you're starting to see the fun of a self-contained episodic story week to week. We're going to experiment with that in some of our upcoming things. EW says, that's cool to hear. Nowadays, so many TV producers and showrunners like to pitch their shows as 8-hour movies, but I think you're right. There's something special about a really great self-contained episode of television. Yes, I mean, cliffhangers are great, and I like watching a show where you should go to bed, but you see the cliffhanger and you just have to watch the next episode. You certainly want to keep people engaged. But I'm a big Star Trek fan, and I still find it soothing to watch an episode of Next Gen with a beginning and an end. So I think we're going to keep experimenting with that going forward. You just got to watch how much filler you throw in there, bruh. I'm curious. One of the big introductions in Phase 4 was mutants. Namor and Kamala Khan are both explicitly referred to as mutants. What can you tell us about how mutants and the X-Men may or may not play into the future? Oh, I cannot wait for the X-Men. You know, I think we've said the word once. Kamala talks about a genetic mutation, and Namor refers to himself as a mutant amongst his own people. And mutant is a real genetic term, not just a comic book term. But part of the fun is that I've been at this company for half my life, well, you said almost earlier, and we're just now tapping into arguably one of the biggest aspects of the publishing history. It's pretty remarkable, and is a testament to the House of Ideas and what Marvel Publishing has done these 80 years. All right, what the hell happened to my music? If it's not one thing, it's another. Oh, Spotify just up and fucking quit. Lovely. Eat your poop in a group. Okay. Sorry about that distraction, folks, but not having background music is just kind of whack. So, all right. The question is, okay, been powerful testament House of Ideas and Marvel Publishing has done these 80 years. The question is how to do it and when to do it, and that's something we've been working on for years. Now we know, but we're not going to talk about it. Dick. That's fair, but I'm curious what it's like for you to be thinking about mutants again, especially because you started your superhero career producing the X-Men movies. It's amazing, and we've got Hugh Jackman coming back for our first Deadpool film within the MCU. That's our first R-rated film. I'm so glad to hear that. To have Hugh come back is incredible. For me personally, that is where I started. I remember sitting behind the camera, well behind the camera, at his audition for the film. It was his first on-set audition, and he flew up to Toronto to do a read-through with Anna Paquin. For him and for me, and I think for all the fans of Marvel, it's unbelievable what has happened in those 23 years. It's very full circle having him come back to this new Deadpool film. Ask about Guardians and Gun. Talking about the Marvels. Talking about New World Order. Thunderbolts. Alright, well that's just a lot of lot more stuff that you don't want me to read at you that long. Like, straight up, you do not want me to read at you for that long. So, like I said, it's a Kevin Feige exclusive interview with Entertainment Weekly. If you want to read the rest of it for yourself, I actually would if I were you. It looks like there's some fun, compelling stuff in there, but for the nonce, we're just going to move out of that article. And get y'all's thoughts and feelings on what I just read. Hopefully not too much of a monotone. Bentley. Alright, they said She-Hulk was an experiment, so it is a horrible show and should be crashed by Thor's hammer because all experiments are bad, so the more you know. It's just a joke. Well, I mean, definitely the general consensus on the show is that it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I don't think it was like an abomination. Like, there were some amusing points and some bright points to it that I personally appreciated. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the trolling of the trolls and triggering the trolls with the trolling that they did in the show was actually hilarious. Yeah, I know. Shut up. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I understand the heavy dislike for that show. I don't share a heavy dislike for it. I accept it for what it was, and that was, an 8-episode joke. And not a great joke. Yeah, it's watered down. We're going to switch to the energy drink now. What, you feel the same about She-Hulk, or you feel the same about an energy drink there, Scotty? They made Hulk look like a big hard green bean. Yeah, a lot of the CGI in that show was whack. I hope they're making a change. The Marvels can be good, but if they're just messing with the trolls like She-Hulk did, I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that the fact it got pushed back to November means that Feige saw some shit he didn't like and is like, nope, this is how it needs to be. And then probably within the next couple weeks, we're going to start hearing about reshoots, I would guess. Let me make that plain. It's a guess. But it's mine, so I happen to think it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Making it while it was funny in that one circumstance, making it a point to like engage an extended version of that or to repeat that. Yeah, that was just a one-time thing, and it should be done now. For sure. Like, we're in phase 5 now. So, I mean, I know it's been talked about by Josh and amongst ourselves about Kevin not really jumping in and making a whole crap ton of changes till they were working on the movies that basically come out next year. But the Marvels did get pushed back, so that's a teeny sign of hope. And, yeah, this year could still be iffy. I think Guardians is going to be pretty good. And now I have a little more hope for the Marvels because of the pushback, so we'll see. I mean, 2023 might not be a super strong year, but I also don't think it's going to be bunk. To do that, they're just asking to make Monica Rim. Now, see, if they're going to do that, I think they'll have Carol do it. She's the snarkiest of them all. I think they'd have Carol do. If they're going to troll, Carol's going to be the one to troll, and maybe a little Kamala because she's a teenager, and we know teenagers are snarky as fuck. If they make any more bad shows, I'll eat my pants. Well, I know there's a lot of shows being pushed back, and even a couple potentially shelved. So I think for now, when it comes to Marvel, I think we pretty much are going to have to grind out this year in some aspects. But I think starting next year, it's going to be straight fire all up in our face, slapping us like Dana White's League. That's what I think is going to happen in 24. I think this year might be a little bit of a grind still. So you better pick sweatpants, nice soft fabric there, Bentley. Make sure you hit the spice aisle at the grocery store. You can eat almost anything as long as it's seasoned well, depending on texture. You're gonna eat your jeans? Alrighty then. Well, I suggest you boil them first, and again, spice aisle. And make sure your knives are sharp. So, bake it in barbecue sauce. You know what? That's actually not a half bad idea if you're going to eat jeans. Jeans soaked through the barbecue sauce would almost be edible. Very chewy though. So what y'all think of what Kevin had to say? How these going to be both making fewer shows and spreading out release dates even farther. Giggity. I personally found that part hopeful. Obviously, there was a couple spots in there that were pure corporate speak lies. Especially the one about him being proud of what Jessica Gao did. I guarantee his stomach was twisting when he issued that sentence. Unfortunately, it's frowned upon to call your writer an ignorant twat in an interview. Kevin Feige. But yeah, he probably threw up in his mouth a little. I know I got a wee bit nauseous reading him saying that, honestly. No, dude. Like, I honestly think a lot of Phase 4 was, for whatever reason, Kevin putting himself a little bit more in the background. I don't know why he would do that. I don't know, like, you know, he needed to spend more time with his family, or, you know, just was trying to get too much done at once and couldn't really pay good attention to what was going on all the time. I think that's probably more likely. Maybe some family stuff too. You never know. But, yeah. I honestly think despite those couple blatant lies in the article, he knows. He knows Phase 4 was basically a joke for the most part. Obviously, there were exceptions. Shang-Chi, Loki. For me, WandaVision was an exception. I liked that show. Yeah, the ending was a bit weird, but I liked that show a lot. No Way Home. For me, Multiverse of Madness, although I know that's a divisive one, I happen to be on the side that loves it, but I'm a big Sam Raimi simp, so like every last little bit of Sam Raimi I saw in that, just like, Sam Raimi. So, but I also understand those that were like, what the fuck, because if you don't appreciate Sam Raimi being Sam Raimi, which he didn't really do too much in the Spider-Man trilogy, except for the last one and that black suit version of Toby that did the fucking 70s dance. Have a great stream. I'm gonna get the ingredients to eat my jeans. All right, man. Be safe on your way to the store. And have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it, dude. I appreciate all of you. Well, of course you're going to buy a toaster. Make it a 4-slicer. Those are dope. And make sure the apertures are wide enough for a bagel. Because if you can't fit a bagel in the toaster, then it's of no use. Yeah, I love bagels. They're awesome. Oh, Bentley. I don't know what the hell you were on tonight, but it's interesting. Okay. The Feige talk seems to be over. It's time to get into the meat of this stream. And also, as I said earlier, it's going to get a little it's going to get a little spoilery in here because we're about to talk about Quantumania. I'm going to keep everything as vague as possible, but some things I want to talk about are going to involve direct spoilers. So, this would be a good time, if you do not want any spoilers whatsoever, to dip out, and I appreciate you being here and or watching this on the replay. But again, there will be a few spoilers here and there. So if you want to stay in a Quantumania bubble, so to speak, then you should exit now. I'll give you a little time. Now, see, I know Justin's seen it. Has anyone else seen it? Let me know in the chat. Saw it twice. All right, cool. just went and saw it today. And I went by myself because my wife wasn't feeling that great, but she's super, super, super supportive. So she's like, yeah, go watch it so you can talk about it. I'm like, yeah. She's the bestest. And with the family the second time, what did they think? What'd your family think about it? Oh, by the way, by the way, if any of you out there watching this whenever and wherever are into gaming streams, I got two guys in the chat that you should check out. You should definitely check out my guy Justified MF, and you should definitely also check out Scotty Hawk. Justin's rocking. Well, you're going back and forth between what, Apex and the new Harry Potter game, right? Those are your top two at this point, right, Justin? And Scotty, are you still doing the that escape from that Russian-sounding place? Yeah. Tarkov. Are you still playing Tarkov? I remembered. Oh, good. I'm glad your family liked it. Excuse me. Energy drinks are, yeah, you do be casting spells and shiz. Energy drinks are carbonated, so I'm going to need y'all's indulgence. I'll try and keep my man gross noises to a minimum. Or gross man noises to a minimum, I should say. Yes, you've become a permanent citizen of Tarkov County. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, I know I haven't been on the stream in a minute. My apologies, and thanks for stopping by mine. Scotty. How are things progressing in Tarkov County, by the way? Addicting, yeah. All right. Are we ready? All right, first things first. Those of you who have seen the Quantumania, give me the score out of 10 in the chat, please. I want to know where you're at on that. Got level Q5 marketplace, hideout upgrades, and next stream should have some real gun scopes. Nice. That'll be good. $15 for... Wow, you loved it that much? Cool. Justin says 7.5. I'd go with a solid 7, personally. I definitely, our guy Josh is definitely overreacting, for sure. I mean, I get that he's got his film school side and all that technical knowledge that, most of us wouldn't even notice. Like myself, if like when it comes to the technical crap like editing and stuff, if I notice it, then it's pretty whack. And I didn't see anywhere near as much of that goofiness as some may have. I think I'll lower Nate solely because of King. But I will say Cassie going to be a dope young Avenger, wants to be a hero bad. Yeah, that character does have a lot of motivation. Very Captain America-like attitude, actually, with her desire to help people. And yeah, Jonathan Majors is a demand. That dude can act his fucking ass off. Yeah, I know, right? Josh never overreacts. Ever. Like, we love him. We love him to death. He's a great dude, but he does overreact. Although sometimes I wonder how much of it is for entertainment purposes. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of, like, pro wrestling over the topness going on sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's genuinely getting triggered. That's for sure. I saw a few cuts that were like, what the fuck, but Josh sees too much other things with that film school. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, man, I was an Nerdvenger back when that fool pretended to ride the fence. Yeah, I actually haven't done any back research on his old stuff. I just, I saw him on Nerd Theory, popped in, and now I'm here. But yeah, so far as the technical, I mean, I will say this about some of the technical aspects of the movie. Some of the CGI was a little weird. I'm kind of a little tired of the volume, honestly. I think it's one of those ideas that started off good, but have since gotten out of hand. Because you could so easily tell when they were using the volume. It wasn't even subtle. And like I said, if I notice that shit, it's whack. I don't have anywhere near the technical film knowledge that Josh has and other people have. I'm assuming a lot of the people he associates with on the tweeters, a lot of his insiders are probably super film technicals too, since he told us that they all hated that as well. Did that make any sense? I'm not sure I constructed that sentence well. But yeah, some of the effects were a little whack. I'm tired of the volume. This is like if Marvel and Star Wars had a beautiful baby boy. I will say this. I've seen a lot of people talk about the I did see a lot of people talk about the level of the acting in the film outside of Jonathan Majors, and I didn't think it was as bad as some other people thought. And like I said, I'm no expert, but I generally have a pretty good feel for, like, at least the acting part, like gut instinct, I feel like. And I mean, there were definitely some parts where, like, it could have been better, especially with the biggest offender, at least as far as the online talk is concerned, and that would be Cassie. There were some parts where her acting was not the best, but she definitely didn't come off as like wooden and one-dimensional the whole time, I didn't think. Nor did Evangeline Lilly as Hope. Quite a few people said she was one-dimensional, and I didn't think she was one-dimensional at all. I actually enjoyed all of the aliens. A lot of them were cool. I'm clipping. How's that? I didn't either. Definitely some people didn't bring it. Yeah. Drink the ooze. They could have done that differently. Like, I mean, that character would, and some of the shit they chose to talk about was, well, let's face it, it was very James Gunny. Like, all the talk about holes. The drinking of the ooze. Whether or not MODOK has to continue to be a dick. And just MODOK in general. That was a waste. I will say that. MODOK was a fucking waste. Like, I cannot claim to be like a humongous MODOK fan, but I know enough about the character to know that that was whack. They did old boy dirty. I'm surprised he even like was willing to even do that shit after reading the script. Like that was just bad. And then they already killed him. Like, what the hell? Like, what was the point? Like, he's a huge member of AIM. Like, big time member of AIM, along with oh crap. Now here we go with my brain again. The leader. And I feel like Baron Zemo's a part of that. I'm not 100 on that though, but definitely the leader and MODOK. So MODOK's a huge part of AIM, and they already killed him off. I mean, in terms of story, killing him off is kind of dumb, but in terms of how they did him in the movie, I'm kind of glad they did. Because that was just whack. It was not good. MODOK was not good. That was definitely a down part of the movie for me. Yeah, overall it was a decent movie. I don't know that I would have used this as the first Phase 5 movie, or the one that I would introduce Kang in. They definitely should not have done the ending they did. Because under no circumstances should Kang have in any way lost to the Ant family. I don't know if any of you are familiar with some of the early leaks, but the original ending was much better. It had Kang kicking ass and then escaping, leaving Scott trapped in the quantum realm. Which would have been a much more dope ending for so many reasons. Number one, Kang would be out and ready to regather his army and start causing ruckus. Yeah, good old Vincent Toretto, or Dominic Toretto, I should say. I mean, I get they were leaning into the family dynamic, which is, for an Ant-Man movie, that's cool. As a movie to introduce a version of the big bad, not the greatest idea. I mean, Jonathan Majors kicked enough ass to where I'm like, cannot wait to see him again. That is for sure. I am definitely ready for more Kang. Definitely ready for more Kang. But I think it's time for more Phase 3 seriousness and bigger consequences. And honestly, the good guys have to lose a little bit. Otherwise, the stakes that Josh is so fond of talking about really won't exist too much. And I, for one, would appreciate some stakes. Real and metaphorical, actually. Good steak sounds delicious right now. Medium rare ribeye, a little bit of garlic butter. Yeah. Excuse me. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the family aspect of the movie. Obviously, I don't have a problem with Kang. I just don't know that that makes the best mix. It wasn't a horrible mix. Also wasn't the greatest mix. I will say this movie was definitely better than 90% of all the Phase 4 shit. Obviously, the exceptions being, Loki, WandaVision for me. I loved that show. Shang-Chi, No Way Home. Multiverse of Madness for me. I probably talked about this exact shit 20 minutes ago. Oh well. Maybe even only 10. But yeah. So, we all know the exceptions to the general malaise of Phase 4. And I would put Quantumania up with, well, not up with No Way Home or Shang-Chi, but probably, well, no. I would say just below Wakanda Forever. I still think Wakanda Forever was a bit better. Not by a whole lot, though. Like, Wakanda Forever is a solid B, and Quantumania is like a C+. And it only made it to C+ because Jonathan Majors is dope. Know what? What do you mean, are we good? What's going on? Something happening with the stream? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it on my phone. I'm still going. So, well, I'm glad you're back. For sure. Slightly lag here and there, but just start to refresh to be Gucci. All right, cool. I've found that I'm having a refresh. Like anytime I'm watching anyone stream, Josh, you, Justin, Nerd Theory, whatever. I'm having to refresh every so often, or it starts getting laggy on me, or just frankly stopping and spinning. I'm starting to think it's a YouTube thing. I mean, I know I do need a Wi-Fi repeater down here, but I still think it's a YouTube thing. It is YouTube sometimes. So what did we think of the mid and post-credit scenes? Just give me quick thoughts. Like I said, I'm going to, oh, Scotty, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you or not because, you know, weekend blinkers, that kind of thing. But if you're not in my Discord already, if you click the link that I pinned at the top of the chat to join the Discord, I'm planning on like talking live to you guys tonight. So one at a time though, please. Yeah, so if you become a member of my Discord, we can talk live this evening. They were dope, but the costumes in the first were terrible. The second one was great though. I liked the first one until like the last 10 seconds with the weird ass crowd. The conversation was pretty sweet though. I can't remember all the character names. Obviously the one in the headdress was Rama Tut. I guess the one in the other one, I should say the one in the Egyptian looking costume was probably Rama Tut. The one that was doing most of the talking was probably, what, the Scarlet Centurion, and I can't remember the name of the third one. But yeah, the conversation between those three was pretty sweet. The weirdness with the crowd at the very end of it was not sweet. I don't understand why that was there. I don't get that at all. So I would say 85% of the mid-credit scene was dope. The second one was awesome. The second one was awesome. Because we got Loki and Mobius. Which gives me hope for Loki Season 2. Not that I already wasn't pretty hyped for it, because Season 1 was obviously awesome. But encountering Victor Timely on a trip back to the past is going to be so sweet. So I like the fact that we got a direct tie-in in the post-credit scene. Like that was, you can't get much more connective than literally showing two characters from the upcoming show you have later this year. And them encountering a variant of your upcoming big bad. That was fantastic. See if anyone's hopped in. Okay, all right, Scotty's in. So. Well, I saw in the thing that you jumped in, and now I gotta do this shizzle. Get out of there. Bear with me, please, people. I'm so sorry. This one. Where'd it go? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I misread that horrifically. All right, cool. Finally. All right. Bring that up. Yay. All right. So I finally got that set up. Bring that back up. Hello. And I know you guys have been able to see me the whole time, but since I only have my laptop, I have to minimize everything in order to do something else. So, which is why I cannot wait to get a PC and at least 2 monitors. But yeah, now you are you're authorized also now, Scotty, to jump into the voice channel, as are you, Justin. One at a time, please. Like, flip a coin if you want to. I'm gonna pull my Discord. There you are. I'm gonna pull my Discord up. So if you want to talk to me live, go into the Discord server and go to the Chill Chat voice channel. And you'll see I'm already in there. And then I'll just have to figure out how I can hear you. Like, seriously, someone hop in. I just want to see if I can get this shit to work right. Be a guinea pig. All right.
What's up, dude?
Experiment here. All right, talk, Justin.
Hear me? Well,
Oh, crap. That isn't working. Can I hear you through this? You heard him? Okay, well, that makes one of us.
I hear
Oh.
you.
You know what? I'm a dingleberry. Try this here. Try turning that up. Okay. See if we can get this to work here.
Can you hear me now?
Bring that back up. All right. Try saying.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. All right. I don't. Well, shit. I
Yeah,
gotta figure out this crap.
as Scotty said, Discord has its own audio.
Hold on. Say something again.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, I can hear you from the headphones. Dope. All right. All I had to do is turn up the computer volume and the frickin' what do you call it? Streamlabs desktop. How's it going, man?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Just chilling, you know. Not in the basement, but, you know, just chilling.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, man.
So what you got?
Dude, look. I liked Ant-Man. I did, right?
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like I didn't like how the ants were what saved the day and brought down Kang.
Right. Yeah.
That was weird to me. There's just subtle things that were just weird. Now I'm not on Josh's end of the spectrum of where he's just like fuck multiverse and man, or fuck Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
But it was a little weird. There's no stakes. I mean, out of this movie, where we leave this movie the same way we entered this movie. Knowing that Kang is coming. Knowing that there's multiple Kangs coming. No one died. I mean, it's just we're literally it's almost, you don't need to see this movie to go forward.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, setting aside MODOK, a bunch of random characters, and that laser face thing. Those are the only ones that
exactly. Yeah. No one of importance died at all. So
random aside, laser face from Guardians 1. Laser face.
But yeah, man, I don't know how you feel about that part. Maybe you think there's, some type of progression, but that's my issue with this movie. There's no progression in the Marvel universe. We left doing the same thing that we came in with. So
yeah, I mean, again, setting pretty much the only real setup was done in the mid and post credit scenes. That's about it, setup wise.
And even then, I feel like setup wise, that's all the setup we got from Loki.
Yeah, probably Loki season 2 is going to do more for the overarching story than this movie did. Probably, almost guaranteed. I could almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
And Guardians later this year. When does that come out? May or June?
I have no idea.
Like that April or May, I think. But I don't. That's not going to push the. Multiverse saga forward any. That's just cleaning that trilogy up. And
and those trailers actually seem really good too, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be a bad movie by any stretch. I actually think it's going to be a pretty damn good movie. I just think in terms of the saga, it ain't going to do shit. That's all.
Yeah.
As the movie itself, I think it's probably going to be dope. Yeah, but the only real connective tissue I think we're going to get in the cinema is going to be the Marvels, and again, not till the end when they have to battle an incursion, because obviously incursions are going to play a large part going forward. So.
With the Marvels, man, I'm excited for that, but at the same time, man, I mean, I don't like that it's about to be a musical.
Yeah, like I think we can count on, like Josh has said, and I agree, there's still going to be a little bit of Phase 4 carryover in some aspects. Not all, but probably some. And I'm hoping the pushback means they're maybe cutting out some of the sillier elements that are currently in there. I'm hoping. Please, Kevin, please.
I mean, with that being said, too, though, bro, if we got what we just got from Ant-Man and Thor: Love and Thunder, bro, I would have loved Thor: Love and Thunder, because that was kind of the perfect amount of comedy-ish that was in. That would have been great in Thor: Love and Thunder, in my opinion.
Oh, the level we got in Quantumania? Yeah. I mean, yeah, because that's one thing you can say is they didn't go overboard with it. A few things were mistimed, and that whole speech about being a dick was stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that was weird as shit, bro.
But yeah, I think overall the overall level of Goofy was not too out of pocket at all. Unlike Love and Thunder, which is still the only Marvel project I can guarantee I will never put my eyeballs on again. I mean,
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Oh my god, that movie
It's, bro. I mean, I've watched it since it released,
Why?
and I've I don't hate it as much, but it's definitely not good. It's definitely not good.
Why did
It's
you put
always
yourself
that
through
movie that I can watch going to sleep, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to put it on low volume, but yeah, I would definitely would not stay awake to watch it. That's for sure. But I'd have to mute it because fuck those goats.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. So
Fuck
I don't know. It's very. I'm glad to hear that there's changes coming.
Yes. Definitely.
But I mean, when we see these changes, is my question. So
Yeah. Like, again, I think this year's definitely. I think the movies this year and or the shows are going to be better than they have been, but I don't know if they're going to be where we want them to be yet. I think we're going to get a lot more of what we want next year.
yeah,
But I do think it's going to be. I think this year is going to be better than Phase 4. It will be tolerable.
I mean, this movie alone to me is still better than Phase 4. It was not
yeah.
a Phase 4 level movie. It was just it's like a step up.
Yes.
It wasn't amazing, but
Nope.
it wasn't terrible.
That is exactly how I feel. It's
Yeah.
I think it probably should have been in Phase 4.
Oh yeah, if they would have ended Phase 4 with this movie, I think it would have been very, very good.
Yeah, and it would have made introducing Kang in that one make just a little more sense if it was
Mhm.
the final movie of Phase 4. Like, all right, we're gonna end Phase 4, finishing this trilogy, and we're gonna go ahead and introduce a version of the big bad, and so you now get to think about him going into Phase 5. That would have been cool.
Yeah, yeah, and I think too, bro. I think they just should not have let them beat Kang.
No,
Now, is Kang probably dead, as Josh has said multiple times? Probably not.
no.
But
not even having
I
watched
think
it,
you
I wouldn't
should
have thought
just
he was
had it
dead.
to where, like, was it Janet? No, not what's her freaking name?
What,
The
daughter?
Wasp.
The Wasp? A Hope.
Hope comes in and gives Scott time to limp into the portal, and they both get out,
Yeah,
barely escaping. Maybe.
yeah.
But other than that, no, he shouldn't have been disintegrated in a fucking motor or whatever it was.
Sucked in.
So
Looked to me like he got sucked in.
yeah.
Which
That's
is
what
why-
it did look like happened.
Yeah, which is why I think even not kind of knowing what was going to happen going in, I still genuinely never. I don't think I would have actually thought he was dead, even without prior knowledge of that.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's out of the way for a minute.
yeah, 100%.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead either. It is though. Like, I would have preferred them escape with in a less dramatic way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
To make it still look like they were overmatched and overpowered.
yeah, they should. Yeah, it definitely should have been a lot more of a narrow escape, like super battered and bloody and panting and maybe a broken bone or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been good just to make it seem. I mean, it's freaking Kang. Obviously, like, he's going to hand 99.9% of the people in the galaxy's ass to them per universe. So yeah,
I mean, he starts out the conversation by saying, "You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?"
Yeah,
And then references one of the strongest Avengers ever in fucking Thor. Come on now.
yep. It was
Shouldn't have been in walking distance.
basically like talking about Thor like he's a bitch. So obviously he killed Love and Thunder Thor. Yay!
Yeah, so. But all right, bro.
man.
Scott, I thought wanted to come in, right?
Yeah,
So
I think Scotty might want to come in. So yeah. But great talking to you as always, man. I really appreciate it.
yeah, you too, brother. You too.
All right, so you go ahead and dip out. I'm actually going to do this. I'm actually going to make a quick trip around the corner to the commute because the energy drinks be talking to a dude. So,
All right, bro.
all right, you hop out, Scotty. You hop in, and I'll be back shortly.
All right.
Get in the Discord, Scotty. Oh yeah, got to get that beer. I don't blame you. I'd want to be drunk talking to me too. I see you.
Yo, what up?
Hey, there he is. What's going on, man?
Chilling. Feel like I always sound like I'm rebuttaling people when I come on and talk about things like this, but
Dude, your opinions are just as valid as anyone else's, man. We're just here to chit chat. So chit chat, bro.
I just want to hit on things that were mentioned. But I thought that the ants thing was kind of dope because the way the movie started, the ants were already kind of teaching themselves stuff.
Yeah.
From what Hank had said, and so they literally, I know it's like the multiverse has so many cop outs. I do agree. There's like literally no stakes in the movie, but we forget Scott's the one who saved everybody, and the PIM particle is the key to everything.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool that the ants like literally lived 1,000 years. But the thing is, like, are these like genetically created ants? I can't remember where they come from, but they can live. He said they lived
Hank
like
made
1,000 years within a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
Yeah, but the original ant farm in the basement lab, Hank made those ants.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I hope the ants came back, or somehow they get the ants back, because that's gonna be a huge weapon for Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
mean, no, the ants. I liked the concept of the ants. I just given
It was cool respect
King-
to Hank Pym, really, because
was.
Hank's the original Ant-Man, and I just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Did he look like Anakin Skywalker walking across the bridge? Please tell me.
Oh, Hank, when he finally
Yeah, when he
up
first showed up with the
apologizing
ants and it was like the whole red background, I was like, this is Anakin, bro.
I honestly, I never thought about Star Wars during the movie. I'm not gonna lie. I did think that was a cool
I
entrance.
thought about it
though.
a lot, actually.
I mean, I did dig that entrance. That was a good entrance for him, and Michael
Mhm.
Douglas is fucking Michael Douglas. It's,
Yeah, that was sick.
but I mean, I loved the concept of the ants. I liked the ass whooping that they did. I just, considering how powerful King's supposed to be, I did, them, even in that kind of numbers, he should have been able to do he shouldn't have succumbed so quickly, I don't think. But other than that, I did dig the ants.
I don't think he's dead either.
Oh, hell no.
He's like, it's basically like we saw what happened when that thing got expanded.
Yep.
Scott was able to get up close to it, get in there. Now that thing has just become smaller. Like the exact same thing happened to it, just to the other extreme. So I think they're just in a deeper part of the quantum realm or some shit. I don't know. I don't think he's dead at all, though.
No, I totally agree. He's somewhere that maybe only he might even know about, and maybe he won't even know about where he's going to end up, honestly. But yeah, I do believe he is elsewhere.
You know what I think would be really cool is if, Renslayer's on her whole mission. It'd be cool if she accidentally finds him somehow. Because I know in the comics, like Renslayer and Kang are a thing. And I kind of speculated that when he says I have lost and he's like freaking the hell out, I think he's talking about her.
He might have been, yeah. I gotta do more King research. I really don't know who the hell Renslayer is. I'm not even gonna lie.
Renslayer's the chick from Loki, but in the comics, she's
okay.
like his hand of the king, basically.
Oh, like Sylvie? Talking about Sylvie?
No, Renslayer.
The blonde one? No.
Renslayer from the TVA, the chick who's kind of running it.
Oh, her. Yeah, okay. I know
Against
what you're talking
Mobius. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the comics, she has a relationship with Kang, and she's like helping him conquer.
about. You know, based on her actions
So I
toward
think
the end
there's
of
a
season
variant
one,
of her.
I think that could be her. Honestly, I think
Mhm.
I think they might have been pushing her in that direction at the end of Loki season one. So
Yeah, I think it'd be dope if he talks about the loss. It'd be crazy if before they exiled him, they exiled her somehow. You know,
okay.
that kind of thing. And that's what sent him over the edge. Over the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah, that could totally be it. That's an awesome theory, dude. I like that.
Yeah, I understand that this movie set up a lot of things. It was kind of unfortunate for Ant-Man with a lot of that, but
Yeah.
this movie also, I think, is like one of the first of this phase too, right? So it's
It
got to
is
set up
the
something.
first of the phase. This was the introduction to Phase 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, for me, like I said, it's a decent movie. I think for the first movie in Phase 5, I think it needed to be a little more serious, slap just a bit harder. But, like I said, it's a decent movie. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah,
Jonathan
for being the
was
third
bomb.
Ant-Man movie too.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Jonathan Majors was definitely the bomb, for sure.
Yeah.
That dude is such a good actor.
Yeah, you saw a lot of his range.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of rumors about those three guys at the end too.
Yeah.
And that Rama Tut might actually be the villain for the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
You think the other? I don't know a lot about Kang either, but everyone's saying the other one is the Scarlet Centurion.
You're the one that was doing most of the talking, yeah. And then the third guy with the little glowy shit,
Immortus.
Immortus. Thank you. I could not remember his name. Yeah,
he's supposed to be a badass. He runs that place. That's like Limbo, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Or I just did a quick Google on it today because I needed to know more. It's called the Temporal Hub World.
Oh, yeah.
And they basically all have that teleportation technology. That's how they're all able to go in and out of there freely. And they're all in league.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Avengers touching the multiverse are going to mess up that whole front for them.
Yeah, that was definitely an awesome tie-in, that scene. At least right up until the group shot at the end where everyone was kind of going wild, like they dropped a bunch of meth gas on the
damn Mad Max and all the
it's like King Thunderdome.
Spray paint.
That was a little weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, the conversation between the big three was dope, though. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how they're gonna tie in the Victor Timely. Like, I know Victor Timely is the first Kang. So is this like the moment where he discovers time travel? And he would discover it then before Tony Stark?
Probably. He would have to.
Because he's talking about how you can control time, basically.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely one of the bigger King variants. I haven't read that much about him yet either, but I mean, given that most of Loki season 2 is going to involve time travel, and time travel is also King's thing, then I there's definitely going to be a lot of that in there.
The statue that's the new Kang statue actually has like curly-ish hair, And I think it's funny that Victor Timely's got like the same kind of curly hair.
Yeah.
It's like parted a certain way because of that time frame that he's in there. But I think it would be cool if like the TVA is being controlled now by the maker or like the person that's supposed to be controlled by.
Yeah.
Victor Timely.
Yeah. Well, what's cool is that one of the statues at the end of Loki season 1 also had the same scars that the Conqueror version in Ant-Man had.
Yup.
These two deals. So, excuse me. But
and they've shown clips too, or maybe it was a trailer that leaked of Loki basically getting rid of the wall that shows the timekeepers' faces, and it reveals all the Kang's faces. So it's like maybe the TVA were created by the council to control the sacred timeline and everything. Like the council, the entire council is responsible for the TVA.
Yeah, well, I mean that's why they're calling them all in probably in that mid-credit scene. They're like, we got problems,
Dude,
guys.
it's about to pop off. One of them was a damn Skrull.
Yeah, one of them was a fucking Skrull. It was ridiculous. Well, I think it's kind of funny that they try to mislead us by them thinking he's dead and saying the Conqueror one is dead.
Yes. Yeah, they tried double, triple down with it.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, no, he ain't dead.
Mm-hmm. But if they knew he was trapped down there, why wouldn't you just go kill him? You know what I mean?
Well, they probably couldn't kill him, is the thing.
Yeah, true.
So they had no choice but to screw with his time battery and shrink him a lot.
Yeah, there's some differential between his ship and their little time platforms. Like
their time
ship.
Their time platforms look exactly like Reed's in Mom.
Yep. That was nuts. So many of them popping off, like they all had that tech. That's how they do it. That's how they're able to like.
Technically, they're all Richards.
Yeah.
Franklin, I believe.
I can't wait
from like
for the younger.
From like what?
The younger future Franklin Richards is my favorite character of all of them. Though I think he's the one that becomes Iron Lad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the Conqueror one was the Skrull King was lit. You like the Skrull King, Justin? That's awesome. What the hell was I saying? Damn it. Oh yeah. The Conqueror version of King that we just met, I think, is Franklin Richards from like 3000 something or other, like way in the fucking future. Which is where he was witnessing the end of the multiverse and decided to do something about it.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was an Ant-Man movie. I mean, I think it was better than the first two for sure. For sure. I don't know. Ant-Man's kind of an ancillary character.
Yeah.
In the comics.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think his character will be big in What If though. Remember, it's like
yeah. When the hell is season 2 of that coming out? I'm ready for it.
It's his head. It's Scott Lang's head traveling with T'Challa and Peter Parker.
Okay. I haven't seen that clip yet.
Dude, you should watch What If you haven't.
Oh no, I watched the first season. I've only watched it once, and
that's how the zombie episode ends.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's a Scott Lang head traveling. They have a mind stone, or they have one of the stones.
Okay.
Marvel Zombies, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Hyped.
Actually, they're supposed to be doing that as a solo project, animated.
Yep. Hell yes.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, I got to rewatch What If now. Thank you. Actually, that's
probably my favorite show they've done.
Yeah.
Outside of like, the obvious Loki's, that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
Sleeper show is What If for sure.
Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree. But that my rewatching of What If is going to have to wait until I am done catching up on Mando because we only got a week and a half for that shit.
That's
So,
gonna be nuts.
I'm on my rewatch on that right now. I have next up is the season 1 finale, and then I gotta get through
Nice.
season 2.
Hell yeah. Well, this was fun. I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, Mike.
Glad the Discord's working out for you. And
Me too.
a lot of people use Discord.
I
It's
appreciate
just
you.
too easy.
I appreciate you hanging out, man.
Hell yeah, man. I know I see you in Obsessions chat all the time, and I'm like, not my channel. I know he's gonna get people in here at some point.
Right.
But he's got it like timed out, so he does it toward the end.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll see you in there.
Oh, of course. Is he still going on Tuesdays? Because I remember him saying that he only had like 3 weeks straight off, and then it was going to be kind of off and on.
Yeah, I think he's gonna dial it down to one night a week. It might either be the day before or the day of. Not really sure. But
cool. I mean, you know, I'm sure he'll drop
pretty good
something
about
in his.
posting about it.
I'm sure he'll drop some kind of notification in his server.
Yeah,
So,
for sure, man.
All right,
I'll catch
man.
you later.
Thanks, man. Have a
For
good
sure,
night,
man.
bro.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Oh, that was great. That was fun. That's the end of that, though. You know what? Once again, we have cracked 2 hours, people. So much fun. I love doing longer streams. I should figure out a way to tie in a super damn long stream to some kind of charity thing. I'm gonna have to figure that out because I would not mind doing a marathon stream. I would enjoy the challenge, I think. Like minimum 8 hours or some shit like that. That'd be cool. I gotta figure something like that out. I gotta find a charity that would... I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I think that'd be fun as shit. And of course, I would love to help some kind of good cause out too. But yeah, I do believe it's time to call it a stream, y'all. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I know I did. I appreciate everybody that stopped in. Obviously, I appreciate Justin and Scotty helping me get this live talk thing going. This will definitely not be the last time because I think live talk's fun too. So, like I've said, interaction for me is fun. That's why I do this shit. I like interacting with y'all. So, I hope y'all had fun. I did. You know, like, subscribe, and turn that notifications to all so you know what's going on with the channel. Appreciate the stream. Thanks for giving the heads up about spoilers. Anyways, you have a good one. Tomorrow's a fun day. Yeah, have a good time at the movie, man. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it. So, yep. Do all the YouTube-y stuff for me, please, if you haven't. If you're already subscribed, make sure you got that notification to all. And also, like again, up at the top is my the link to my Discord server. I'm not restrictive. All you gotta do is click on it and you're in. And that's also a good way to keep track of what's going on with the channel because I always add everyone when something's going on. So, audience review. Watching Quantumania around 12:50, going to a local buffet. Oh, I haven't been to a buffet or a good buffet, well, any kind of buffet, much less a good buffet in so long. Audience review on Rotten Tomatoes seems good. So that, yeah, this is definitely one of those movies where the critics hate it a lot more than the general folk out there. That is faux cheesy. All right. Local Chinese buffet called Main Buffet. Food is pretty good, just not healthy, right? Ooh, Chinese buffet even. Damn. All right. I don't know what time zone you're in, Brooke. I forget, but here it's 11:09 and there isn't a buffet open, so shut up. Just kidding. I appreciate you being here, man. And your willingness to always participate in the chat is awesome. So, but anywho, for like the 80 millionth time, it's time to go bye-bye. Hope you guys had a good time. Pacific. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah. Hell, you could still go to a Chinese buffet now if you want it. It's only 10 after 8 there. Yeah. So, again, join the Discord. Turn the notifications to all on the YouTube. Like the stream. Share the stream. Let's help grow the cool community I'm trying to create. I need your guys' help, so help me out a little bit. And like I always say, there's always a good time to be had.